Hello, my name is Andrew Bernard with the student ID 20065178890, and here is my final project of the Embedded System 2, and I have created the cryptocurrency price tracker, in which case I used Bitcoin, and the contents of this paper includes the problem that I'm trying to solve, the way I solved this problem, the methods I use, in which is divided into four. Firstly, system architecture, followed by the hardware characteristic. Next up is the hardware results, and last but not least, the code and the implementation as to the results of the program and the conclusion, as well as the problem solving discussion in which I have faced during the assembly progress. And so for the problem itself, well, I took an inspiration as to youngsters nowadays who are very attracted or invested in cryptocurrencies, and I tried searching as to the condition of cryptocurrencies currently in our world. As we know, there are regulations regarding this currency. Some countries actually allow it to be used as a method of payment or exchange, but in other countries they're not regulated yet and not permitted in a way. And so we could see several uh, public figures who are investing in cryptocurrencies. And for example, let's take Elon Musk as an example and how he has invested in Doge. And many people are actually trying to follow his steps, thinking, what if we can get money that quickly, that easily with this high risk, high return thing. And so I believe that in the future, people will keep on having this interest, and the number of interests would increase significantly. And I was thinking of finding a way to help these people in trying to increase their chances in winning more and more money or in gaining more money with minimal loss uh, that they can actually get. So what I try to do is by using the ESP32, if I can show it to you guys. One second. So this is what the circuit looks like with the ESP32. Whoop, sorry, with the ESP32 and the breadboards and the SSD 1306 OLED display, the LEDs and the resistors. So what I'm trying to do here is try to make compact device that allows people to bring along this device instead of bringing bulky devices that could actually show them the current price of stocks that they're interested in which it shows a specific stock that actually you're choosing, and you can set your own parameters, in which I set the parameter to the previous day, the price of the previous day, so that you can actually see within a day if the price is actually still good or it's just going down or is it rising up. It's up to you whether you want to sell or you want to buy it. And it's actually indicated using the red and green LED lights. If it's increasing, it's going to light up the green LED. If it's keep on dropping, then the red LED will turn on. Simple as that. And the features that I will be including are the following: GPIO, Deep Sleep, OTA, and Web Server, OTA, and Web Server. So, well, simply the start of this circuit is already implementing the GPIO, where the GPIO is the general purpose input output, which in this context, the microcontroller designed and developed. The GPIO refers to the set of digital input output pins that can be used to interact with external devices and sensors, in which case the SP32 is actually connected with the OLED display, with the resistors, with the LEDs, and with the micro USB cable to be connected to the Arduino IDE. and that's what the GPIO has covered. Next would be the deep sleep, where we will be uncovering in the next few minutes. Simply, the deep sleep is allowing the ESP32 to save its power. Just so the ESP32 main system is going to be turned off, and only the real-time clock and some of the peripherals will continue running, just to see, like, just so that the system can actually know, like, how long it will be in a deep sleep mode, so the real-time clock will still be going. And the OTA is simply receiving and installing updates of the Bitcoin data that we'll be using and codes. And for the web server, simply we're trying to get the data of the Bitcoin from the web server. And I forgot to mention that the OTA does not require any computerized cables or cabling. It's wirelessly done. So it's very, very efficient, and it's very, very helpful for people to simply update their codes online. So here is the image of our system our architecture. Simply have the SP32, the OLED display. Um, we connected some of the pins. The pin number 21 is connected to the serial data and the serial data line, and the 22 is connected to the serial clock line. And the pins number 18, 19 will be used for the to transmit the signal to the LEDs. So I believe 18 is the one connected to the red LED. So if the price is dropping, then the SP32 will send a signal to the um, through the pin number 18 and send it to the red LED for it to turn on. Otherwise, the green one will turn on if the stocks increase, something like that. So, well, I think I've mentioned pretty much as to what the the components that we need. Jumpers, let me follow you through. Here are the devices that I use. Components, pardon me. The micro USB cable, SP32, jumper cables, the OLED display, the LED, the resistor, and the breadboard. A total of 122,200 rupees have been donated to produce this device, but I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I believe it will be of very good use to people who are actually interested in cryptocurrency, and I really hope this actually could help them, because for me myself, for a person, I'm not that interested in cryptocurrencies, as I've said, high risk, high return. I'm not gonna bet my money on that, but from what I've created, I believe it actually helps many people, because sometimes working in focusing in cryptocurrency, you're gonna have to sit down and wait and open your laptop or computer, wait for the price to, rise or drop. Well, instead of doing that and staying in one place, why don't you move to other places? You can walk, you can do anything else, not just staying in one position. And while bringing this device, it can actually automatically tell you if the prices increase or decrease, and then you can decide whether to sell or to buy it. So we will be discussing about the code a little bit and how I implemented the some of the features. And well, in retrieving the what do I say, the URL or the links, the API and JSON, we actually already implement the web server here, because we're trying to get the data of the Bitcoin from the server. Pardon me. And next, we actually used the OTA right here. So, well, the OTA will be having the ability to receive and install updates wirelessly without the need of a physical connection to the computer. And this is actually occurring because the SP32 actually supports the OTA updates using the HTTP or HTTPS protocol, and updates can be triggered either manually or automatically, and the Bitcoin data can actually be obtained and installed wirelessly. And last but not least, we can actually scroll through almost the last one here, and this is the deep sleep that I've actually implemented here. And simply, it's just sometimes there are, well, I know some people who actually invest in cryptocurrencies, and they're the ones that do not actually pay attention to the stocks that much. They just they would just like to place their money there and wait for a long time until they believe they already have a raise in the stocks. And this is what I'm trying to do here. For some people who actually would weight the stocks, and regardless of the results, whether they increase or they decrease, this is the right feature for them to have, which is the deep sleep, and it's actually a power saving mode in the ESP32 microcontroller, which allows the device to enter a low power state when it is not induced. So it might not be always suitable for everyone. It will be suitable for a part of the market that will actually be interested in this device. And so here is simply the final result. You can see that we can compare here that, okay, let's see, with the right red light turning on, the value is 16,832.2167, and while the green LED is turned on, you can see the increase in the value 16,834 and something like that. Yeah, so the comparison that's made here is from the price of the previous day, as I've previously mentioned. And so within while having the parameter of the previous day, the system can actually decide, uh is it higher or lower from the logic, and it will, if it's higher than the previous day's price, then the green LED will turn on, but if it's lower, then the red LED will turn on. And so yeah, I really do hope that this cryptocurrency price tracker device can actually help the market of cryptocurrency. And even so, I believe, if using this device can actually increase the rate of exchange, people would be more productive in a way. And I believe so, because doing so, let's say you're gonna open a device using a laptop. At the same time, you're using this device, so you're opening actually two devices at the same time, and you're comparing prices, two of the stock market prices at the same time. You're gonna profit double if you know the right way to invest. But then again, this device, I believe, is actually very helpful to some of the people in the market. And there is actually one main problem that I faced with when assembling this program and this GPIO. It's so funny story. Actually, I used the old version of my Arduino, which is the 1.8.57, and after making the program and after assembling the electrical components, the port is not detected in the Arduino. I think I could show you here. So let's say this is an old file. So we wanna see if, say you could see here, the ESP32 def module does not have a port in it detected. It doesn't detect any kind of port, no matter what kind of board I'm using. The port could not be detected. I've tried to download drives, update the drives. I tried to go through my what's it called, device manager in Windows. I tried to open every port possible in my laptop so that it won't be noted as disabled. However, it still couldn't work out. Even I tried downloading the latest version of Arduino, which is the 2.0.4. Although it shows that port number 5 is visible, it's still unable to connect. Exit status 2 is still there. Exit status 1 and 2, it cannot. It says that even though the Arduino IDE is actually sending the data to the ESP32, the ESP32 is not responding to any data being sent, even though I've actually pressed the boot button in the ESP32. So it was very frustrating, and so I decided to borrow my mom's laptop. And I tried installing the newest version. However, after installing the newest version in her laptop of the Arduino IDE, some of the files during the installing procedure is unable to be downloaded. So it says that the file is too long or something like that. So I had to skip it. And upon running the program, it couldn't run. It said that some of the library is missing. Not the library that I should be included, but the library that is needed during the installation process. So then I tried to download the legacy version of Arduino IDE. Thankfully, it succeeded. After 3 tries, a new port came out. I believe it was port number 4. I connected to the laptop and it succeeded. And yeah, thank God I could finally actually finish this project. However, I'm still unsure of why it happened. Is it because of the older version that I have in my Arduino IDE? I'm not sure. Because upon installing the new one, the port is actually detected that it is present, but it still could not be connected to my laptop. So I believe actually my laptop is having a problem with the port. But connecting my phone to the laptop with the same ports, my phone is actually detected. So I don't know. I guess something's wrong with the Arduino settings. But yeah, so that's all the problem that I had to face. It was pretty exhausting, but I'm currently very jubilant that I could actually manage to solve that. I believe it's a math. I believe I solved it because I finally created this program. And yeah, I guess that's all that I have to say for this final project. Uh, Thank you, Mr. Muis, for teaching us this whole semester. And thank you for your time to watch and try to understand what I've tried to make and the problems that I faced during this project. Thank you very much.